I'm Marcus, and I designed the Ninjago City Gardens set. Ninjago City Gardens is a slice of Ninjago City, that vast metropolis that a lot of Ninjago is set in. So we start on the ground floor where you have a giant bonsai tree that supports a lot of the upper floors. We have a soup kitchen, and we also have Ronan's pawn shop, who has now moved into Ninjago City and is now dealing there with his artifacts and all the treasures he found over the years. We have the Ninjago Fan Apartment, an apartment of a Ninjago fan who has been collecting toys over the years. And then you go one level up and you reach the area where the stores are and where all the city life is. Chen's Noodle House, which is a location we've never done. And on the other side, you can have an ice cream and the Ice Planet ice cream shop. Then you take up the stairs to Ninjago Museum of History, where we have an anniversary exhibition covering the last 10 years of Ninjago. And you will find artifacts and little models that are highlighting the Ninjago seasons and different moments of the story. And then there's also a little apartment on the side where like an art student is living. On the very top, you have a tea house where Kai is trying to meditate, but he's actually having to chase a jewel thief that's running away on a scooter. And on the other side, you have a hideout for the ninjas, where they can play video games and play with an arcade, or they just try to prevent crime in their little computer lab in the very top. Additionally, we decided to include an island on the side that has a little temple. And on the back, we have a memorial for Zane that is erected at the end of Season 3, where he sacrifices himself. I started designing the set by actually talking to Michael, because Michael is this walking encyclopedia of Ninjago. So we actually looked at what locations we have never done, what characters would be cool to include, and what's something that the fans would really appreciate in this. And then I built a sketch model in roughly a week. To be honest, a lot of it is still the same in concept. We just refined it, and then we arrived at that final product that we have now, which is chock full of detail and chock full of references that I hope all the fans will really appreciate.
So we have a lot of different touch points in Ninjago, but mainly it's something that is wrapped around a really good story about friendship, about collaboration, and cool mechs, cool dragons, and all these other crazy stuff that we choose to put into Ninjago.
The set comes with 18 minifigures. You get all the ninjas. 2 of them are in costume. You get Kai and Zane in their costumes. You will get Jay and Nia, who are about to go on a date, so they're in civil clothing. You have Cole playing video games on the very top, and you have Lloyd in his appearance of the very first season where he's still a child. We finally introducing Mechanic as a minifigure. He of course has a henchwoman, and then there is an array of civilians that are just bringing life to the city.
For the 10 years of Ninjago, what we have done is in product try to celebrate the 10 years by putting in a unique golden character into each of the sets that is coming out for our lineup. So each of the set have a golden figure you can collect, and hopefully in the end, if you wanted to, you would have a full range. In the city that we're coming out with, we will have a golden Wu that is then like the crown on that collection in the end.
There's of course a lot of stuff hidden in there, but amongst my favorites is probably replica of the Jitsu Temple, which is a set we did many years ago and is a fan favorite. So I shrunk it down to like this big and hid it in Ninjago in the museum. There's a little arcade machine that if you press a little lever, a tile behind the screen moves up and down, and it shows Lloyd beating the Great Devourer. And it's like a little jump and run game that you can actually play yourself in a way. There is an Ice Planet ice cream shop that has a mascot that is a tiny little penguin being really, really happy about being able to eat his ice cream. That's on the front of the store, and it's just one of those decorations that every single time I see it makes me really happy.
I think what we have created with the first Ninjago City and build on, that is something that is really unique to what we're doing. We created something really new here and something that is just setting the standard of what Ninjago City could be, basically.
You start building Ninjago City by starting with the basement. Like you literally build the sewers and the ground floor, and then you start building shop by shop or apartment by apartment. And so step by step, the city grows until it's probably taller than you when you're sitting down. We tried to create a product that is for the fans, that is referencing a lot of what they really care about. And I really hope that we will see that they really appreciate it and that they're really into this new evolution of Ninjago City. Lego Ninjago is one of those things that was always around for me. Ninjago came out in 2011, and I was buying Lego as a fan. And seeing it nowadays, 10 years later, and still going strong and being bigger than ever, and then being able to work on it and looking back to me buying it 10 years ago and now being able to design that for the new generation of Ninjago fans it's very gratifying, and I'm looking forward to the many years that are still to come.
We have taken the first 10 years now, and as I see it, why not 10 more years? We can definitely go more. We are not empty of ideas, so let's see where it takes us next.